Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Bloomfeld podcast. So, this is the podcast that is about nothing. Also, sometimes something. And I am joined by my...
of the hostile takeover.
Oftentimes it's the nothing side of things.
It's almost always.
Yeah, it's a lot of the nothing. I'm joined by my two permanent guests, Logan and Dillon. Say hello.
Are we permanent guests or are we co-hosts, you son of a bitch?
I feel like that last episode showed us who was really in charge. It's clearly Dillon and I. We are the hosts.
As it should be.
I'm gonna ignore, like... fuck. I'm gonna act like I didn't just hear that.
Oh
anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna silence dissenting opinions, you fucking dictator.
Hey,
This
look.
place is worse than Reddit.
Hey, look.
Literally 1984.
I own the podcast.
Do you?
I own this podcast, yes.
But do you?
Yes.
I mean, we have permissions.
Show me the paperwork.
We don't have paperwork because this
Well,
is
then
just
there's
a
no
fucking hack
contract,
job.
therefore you don't own jack shit.
I own.
Asshole.
What if the plot twist was that Nathan actually does own YouTube?
I am YouTube, yes.
You and Susan can both go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit what you own.
Soon Markiplier will be calling him to fix the unjust
The point of a
copyright strikes.
hostile takeover is I don't care what you used to own. I'ma take that shit.
It's mine
Finders keepers.
now. All right, fellas. So, what you wearing?
Nothing.
Is it cute?
I mean,
I'd like to
Depending
have
on-
my lawyer present before I answer any further questioning.
depending on the temperature outside, it can be kind of cute. Otherwise, it can be kind of terrifying.
I just want you guys to inform. I just want to know if you're dripping or if you're just going with a mid fit today.
It's 9 o'clock at night. I'm wearing pajamas. What the fuck is wrong? What do you think I'm wearing? Like, you think I'm just sitting here in like a Prada jacket and Supreme t-shirt?
After 5 o'clock rolls around, I am exclusively in my pajamas for the rest of the night. In fact, I'll be in the shower by 4 if I don't have anything to do all day.
If I am at home, I'm wearing pajamas. If I'm
yeah.
in public, I'm wearing drip.
That is
That's how it
fair.
works.
At
I just wanna
best,
know-
At my best, I'll wear my jeans, like my good jeans, the ones that are comfortable, not the ones that pinch
The
my
ones that
dick.
make my ass look fat.
Yes,
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
wear those around the house if I have guests. But otherwise, yeah, pajamas.
That's true.
I just
Yeah,
want
that's
to know,
fair.
like, the pajamas you just walk in and be like, hey, yo, I'm looking good. You know, it's like whenever,
No.
it's like when your girlfriend walks in, she's just wearing, like, a tank top and baggy pajama pants. You feel like that?
We're literally all single, first of all. Second of all, no, I'm wearing, like, plaid pajama pants and a white pajama t-shirt. I'm not trying to look good, I'm trying to be comfortable. Which right now, this line of questioning is making me not that.
Homie, I am wearing a gray Fruit of the Loom t-shirt that's made
To
for
quote
night
Jake from
nightwear.
State Farm, I'm wearing khakis.
Exactly.
Well, she sounds hideous,
And
but she's a
I'm-
guy, so...
I'm wearing my glow-in-the-dark Batman footy pajamas. No, not footy pajamas. But they did glow in the dark at first, which was
then they
weird as
died.
hell. Yeah, they died because they were barely visible to begin with. It was like, what? They're glow in the dark? They didn't even say that on the tag or anything. Mom just got me Batman pajama pants. There's like 60s Batman. Yeah, they got the Batman symbol all over it, and Adam West running towards everyone who looks at my loins. I noticed one night I flipped the blanket off because I was hot, and I noticed I could see the Batman logo. What is it in like vibrant neon green? It wasn't super bright, but I could tell. I was like, what the hell? It's pitch black in here. They're glow in the dark.
Whoa! Things
yeah.
being glow in the dark was so cool when you were a kid. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I thought, I was like, oh, whoa, it glows in the dark. I thought it was so cool.
It was so cool when you were a kid, but right at age 15, I got sick of it because I was like, I need pitch black to sleep. If there's even the slightest bit of illumination in my room, I ain't sleeping.
All right, so let's, good small talk. You guys are definitely full of vinegar and piss tonight. Anyway, so let's get on to picking the topics. Pick
I'm
a
not
number
full
one
piss
of you.
At all. I peed right before we got
3.
on. To remember our Lord and Savior, Robbie Rotten, I say I am number 1.
All right, so that makes me 2. I'm spinning the
The
wheel.
number 2.
You watch it. I swear to
Poopy.
God, it's number 2. I swear it's number 2.
It's number 3.
Let's go!
Damn it! If I could just stop fucking picking Dillon!
Hey, that's
three
why
times
it's a
in a row.
hostile takeover.
That's 3 times in a row.
Anyway,
if you count last episode.
You want my short or long topic?
We start with the short. How the fuck have you not gotten this yet?
I don't care. Anyway, so I might be adopted.
Huh? What the fuck?
So recently I did ancestry DNA like testing, find out like my heritage and stuff. And I got mine back, and I was like nearly half Scottish, like 30% English, and the rest was like some other miscellaneous European countries. And you know, the Scottish surprised me, but everything else like seemed normal. And my brother and sister also got one of these kits. We got them back during Christmas. The reason we took so long to send them in was because we also all had COVID around that time. So, you know, spitting in a tube and sending that to a lab seemed kind of reckless. So we waited a good while. And also we just kind of forgot about it for a while. My brother got his results back a couple days ago. And the discrepancies are higher than what I think it should be. Like, I get, like, obviously we don't have the exact same DNA just because we're siblings, not like clones, but, like, I'm, like, 44% Scottish, and he's, like, 22% Scottish. So, I'm gonna wait until my sister gets her results back, and if hers is also wildly, like, has discrepancies, I'll just chalk it up as the tests are inaccurate or something like that. However, if their two results are very similar and mine's different, it's time to confront my parents if I'm adopted or potentially only their half sibling. So that'll be interesting. I'll definitely keep y'all posted. I'll keep y'all posted about that
conversation.
Well, I mean, I'm not exactly thrilled about having that conversation, but it's like if they get pretty comparable results and I'm the black sheep out, I would kind of like to know if I've been lied to my whole life.
Seems to be a trend with youngest siblings where, like in my case, you know, I'm the middle child. My older sister got most of dad's genes. I got mostly mom's genes. I got some of dad's stuff. Like, according to my mother, I got my dad's teeth and ass.
Which is a weird set.
It was, and then my little sister is kind of like a what the fuck. So I'd imagine since you're the youngest of your siblings, right, Dillon?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so then I'd imagine it's just a trend with the youngest sibling. They're just a weird, like, black sheep in terms of genetics. I'm sure that's not an actual thing, because genetics are one of those things where like we don't truly understand it because we're just not that far into the future yet. Bling-a-ding, or whatever the future jingle is anymore. Just a trend I've noticed. Youngest siblings tend to be the weird one in terms of genetics. They just look like Morgan. My little sister looks like no one. She doesn't look like mom. She doesn't look like dad. She just doesn't look like anyone. So it's just weird.
Right.
Is the copier ran out of ink, so he's just working off the scraps.
She got dad's nose and nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that, because my brother definitely takes more after my dad, and I take way more after my mom, but it's still weird how much different it is, because, like, I think he was, like, 70% English, whereas I was, like, 30, and I was, like, 44% Scottish, he was 22%. And he also, like, had things I just straight up didn't. Like, he had, like, 1% Congo African, which I did not have at all. So it's really weird. I mean, my sister gets really bizarre results. I guess the kits just aren't accurate or whatever. But if they get comparable results, my life might be turned upside down. So
that's just genetics, though. Like something like you said, it was 1%.
1% Congo African, yeah.
Honestly, that was probably a fluke. Like, it probably is somewhere deep down your line somewhere you had that in your family, and then it just sort of like. It just
it's like
it made it to your brother. You know?
It's a very minute percentage, but it's just I don't know. It's odd. The real thing that strikes me just how much different the main percentages of English and Scottish are, since they're like the majority of the two of our makeups. But I guess I'll find out in the coming weeks, and I'll sure to tell you guys and tell our dear audience.
I've never done one of those before. I'd like to.
Yeah. It was either that, like, just really down the line. It's either that or just some asshole was working at the plant or the whatever. They do all those results, and they're just like, hey Louie, this is like for this one dude from this place, right? Fuck, God dang it! This is like that one dude from that one place that we're not going to mention, right? Is like, yeah, that's him. It's like, are you sure? yeah, and then they had a whole entire just thing where they just start swapping around the fucking vials, and it's like, wait, no,
I am proud to be the
shit.
only remaining pod member not to dox our state.
Look, I could just cut that part out. I
don't
stumbled
you
back.
can.
I really don't give a shit. Because,
That's
like,
fair.
if people find my Twitch streams, it's already been said. And I'm not going through whatever stream it was to edit it out, so...
Hey, look, man, we're just fucking... They're gonna work for it, alright? If people want to find us...
You have to suffer through Logan's streams to find it, motherfucker.
If people want to find us, they're gonna have to look at all of our other shit. They can't just be
Keep 'em-
podcast fans and then and know everything, you know?
I will say, you know,
Nice.
just because I love you, our dear audience, if you're gonna dox one of us or, like, you know, blackmail or assault one of us, assault Nathan, because he's the least likely to kill you. Me and Logan will kill you. That's just a straight
That's a joke,
up fair
NSA. That's a joke,
warning.
NSA.
Wait, what?
If-
The kill or the assault?
Both.
Point is,
Maybe. I don't know.
Point is, Logan and I will retaliate with the deadly force. Nathan probably won't.
Honestly, Dylan, in a way, that is your own version of doxing us, because it doesn't take much imagination to figure out what state we live in now.
There's a lot of states where you can kill people.
I mean, yeah, but you could kill someone in any state if you try hard
Yeah,
enough.
but like, there's plenty of states where it's easy to get away with it. You can get away with it in any state if you're rich, which none of us are, but...
I shouldn't have to say this in the 4th episode, but I would never kill a fan unless they harassed me.
That's the point. I'm
assault.
saying they're breaking into my home and like trying to invade. That's when they've crossed the line. You're
To
no
get a
longer-
lock of your thinning hair. Just give it
You
to
didn't
me.
have to specify that it was.
I mean,
thin.
he's wearing a hat in the cover, so no one would know.
It's okay. To be fair, saying my hair is thinning gives them the wrong idea that I look like George Costanza.
No,
it's not
no.
to that point yet. I just have a big forehead and a slightly far back hairline. It's not that
No.
bad yet. Now,
was
will I
lying.
probably go bald in my 20s? Yeah, but it's not like I'm not George Costanza. I'm more like I don't know who has a billboard for a forehead. Neil Patrick Harris.
And you know what? Your hair color kind of lines up with him too. So actually, that's a really apt comparison.
Ah, maybe
Yeah,
you're
he's
Neil
a bit
Patrick
more gay
Harris's
than
son.
me, though. Yeah, but he's more gay. Like, I didn't get nearly enough gay from my dad then.
Where's the gay genes? I was promised gay genes.
Oh,
Why don't I
come
like
on.
dudes?
To quote George Costanza, my father's gay.
My father's gay.
That's what. Oh no.
Believe it or not, Dillon isn't balding.
Oh
You,
man.
you have to know a lot about, like, shitty, obscure Seinfeld references to get half the stolen bits from this podcast, but I think that's some of the beauty of it.
You know, guys, I'm kind of proud of us. It took till episode 4 to mention Seinfeld in a podcast that the title is a pun on the word Seinfeld in my last name.
I mean, to be fair, whenever you say it's a podcast about nothing, chances are
Yeah.
someone's seen Seinfeld, they already know. And also,
I feel-
it's Bloomfeld, yeah. Like,
I feel like even if you've never watched Seinfeld, the whole "it's about nothing" thing is a dead giveaway.
also
I mean, yeah,
true.
but this is the
It's
first
kinda
time
like-
we name dropped it, like straight up.
It's
cut
not
it.
that.
I don't give
It's
a
not
shit.
that different, really. But I get it. It's kind of like saying, Walker Texas Ranger has Chuck Norris. You don't say. So like everyone knew that.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I had a thought. Oh yeah. Since to get back on topic about being adopted, is there anyone in y'all's family you know for a fact is adopted? Because
I don't think there's a
one.
single
No.
person in my family that is, besides potentially me now.
My dad was actually adopted. What about you, Nathan?
Yeah, I don't think so. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything really, but I guess granted, I don't really keep up with my extended family that much, to be honest. But I don't think so.
Now, my dad was born in Illinois, actually, and was put up for adoption because I guess technically the parents couldn't. I think it was a teenage pregnancy, and they couldn't care for him, so they put him up for adoption, and that's how I got adopted by my grandmother. And for better or for worse, that led to me.
I mean, you could debate
Yeah.
that, I guess.
It was an interesting change of pace because imagine being adopted and then you get into an abusive household.
God.
I'm over exaggerating slightly, but it actually kind of surprised me because I didn't know that until I was about 15 or so, and it simultaneously shocked my core in a way, like not to the point where like, oh my god, this changes everything, but it did shock me to know that, and then it also at the same time it was like, you know what, actually thinking back, that kind of makes sense, because my dad, he looks quite different than everybody else in the family, like like the people he's related to, like his siblings look nothing like him, and it makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. That does make me think of, I did know someone growing up, like I played baseball with him, and my dad was pretty good friends with his family, and he is adopted. But it was just one of those things that I thought was really funny because I'm stupid. Because at one point or another, my parents had to explain adoption to me, and then eventually I put two and two together because his parents are Caucasian and he is African American. So like, oh,
Wow,
that makes, oh. And I felt so fucking stupid. It's like, God.
What did you assume previously before finding out he was adopted? That his mother was a whore?
Jesus Christ. You know, I used to think that different skin color was my grandfather told me this.
Okay.
He gaslighted me. He told me it was from drinking too much chocolate milk.
Dude, I would have been like Vanta black colored.
Does your mom just love chocolate milk?
like a Toyota Camry.
I love chocolate milk. It is so good.
I got it at Bob Evans every single time we went to the grocery stores growing up. But yeah, like, because, you know, my grandfather had Native American in him. He's unfortunately no longer with us, but he had Native American heritage, and he had darker skin. And I was like, you know, I asked him, I was like, why is your skin darker than mine? And he's like, yeah, it's from drinking chocolate milk. He's like, you'll see some people's like, they really got really dark skin. They drink a lot of chocolate milk. I was like, oh, okay, Papa, that makes sense.
Man, the police must really hate chocolate milk then. Cut that. Holy shit, cut that.
No,
you leave that in. You leave that in. You leave that in. But, like, that was the most based.
No, that's the opposite of based.
I mean, what people use based for the objective truth, right?
Yeah.
Based can mean whatever you want it to mean.
There you go. Exactly. It doesn't even have to be objective. It's just whatever the heck you want it to mean. Like the Force.
Yeah, the Force is just a fucking Deus Ex Machina bullshit.
Based
is the modern Deus Ex Machina.
Based can be a lot of things. You know, you could say it's like, oh, I hit a homeless person on the way to work. Based. You could be like, oh, that gorilla's throwing his own feces at people. Based. Oh, I went to the grocery store and got some fruit snacks. Based.
Man, Mark Wahlberg. Based. I feel like you know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
I went and got breakfast at McDonald's. Based.
All right, moving on to the next topic. I feel like we went into a wildly weird direction from adoption to really weird shit. Like
everyone knows the wacky B plot's always better than the main plot.
That's very true.
Really, we're changing so soon. All right.
Yeah, why not? I can't really think of anything else that's on fucking topic anymore.
I mean,
stay tuned to find out if my life is a lie. My life is a lie.
Meet the Robinsons taught me everything I needed to know about the cruel realities of adoption at the ripe old age of 6. So,
yeah, good movie.
For me,
really
it was
good
Stuart
movie,
Little.
Oh yeah, Stuart Little. Okay, I take it back. Stuart Little did it first because that movie came out way before Meet the Robinsons, I think.
Dylan, can you look at Stuart Little the same after your revelation, like with Master Splinter?
Well, Stuart Little's a mouse. He's not a rat.
Well, he's a cousin then.
Wait, I feel like we had this exact conversation related to this topic.
I don't think it was Stuart Little. I think we were talking about Remy from Ratatouille.
No,
he is a rat, but he gets a pass. Remy has access to every pass in the English language. And I mean every pass. What I have against Master Splinter is his people fucking killed 1/3 of Europe.
Well, so did Remy. He's a fucking rat.
Yeah, but he can cook a mean pasta.
So
Master Splinter can kick your ass.
Yeah, I don't want an aggressive rat. I want a rat who will cook me a 4-course meal.
That's actually a good point. Yeah, Stuart Little predates Meet the Robinsons by about 8 years-ish, give or take. because it came out in '99, and Meet the Robinsons, I believe, was 2007.
Back in '99.
Old SpongeBob.
It all went to shit after '99 because I was
We're
born.
alive then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were all subsequently
ass.
born after '99. Also 9/11.
Fuck.
That's definitely a big part of it.
You know what's funny is I was actually on a plane as a baby, as an infant. You know, I wasn't even a year old yet. I was on a plane in early September 2001.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Scary times, right?
Yeah.
Stuff you don't even remember. I think we were going to Disney.
Wow. Why was your parents taking you to Disney when you're an infant?
Oh, it was more for them than it was for me. It was also to show me off, I think, to the rest of the family, you know? Because everyone was having kids around the same time, so it was like, let's all go to Disney together and show off our babies.
We'll show off what we did by fucking.
I mean, what else do people do, like, of that generation? Like,
Behold,
what
my
did
crotch
Generation X?
goblin.
What does Gen X do? They don't play video games. They're not versed in the internet as much as like our generation is. They just either smoke cigarettes, work, complain about the government, or show off their children.
Now,
They watch TV.
They watch TV.
I could recite the copy pasta about what Gen Z women do.
Don't.
I feel like no one needs to know because they
Don't.
already do.
I'm already considering cutting a lot of content already. Don't do it.
Hey, if you want to cut gold, I mean, that's on you.
I feel like this has been great thus far.
Yeah, I don't think any singular word of this should be cut yet.
All right, fine. I will trust you guys. The minute this video gets taken down, then we got issues.
Speaking of videos, Nathan, you edited yours yet?
All right,
That's enough.
pick your numbers.
All right, looks like no. Hold on, Nathan. Answer the question.
I have started
Clearly
one.
haven't.
You remember what I said about the tomahawk, Nathan?
Shut the fuck up with the
Jeez.
tomahawk.
No, I told you what would happen.
Look, I'm a jobbed cretin with a podcast.
So am I.
Time
Nathan,
is tight.
Nathan, you say that to the man who is literally recording this podcast before he immediately has to get 5 hours of sleep for work tomorrow. Like,
My heart. My
so
soul.
don't talk to me about being a jobbed cretin with a podcast.
All right, so who the hell's the numbers again?
I'm
My
3.
feelings are hurt.
All right,
Number 1.
and okay, I'll be 2 then.
Yeah, that's what you were in the beginning.
Was I? Oh, you
Yes.
were 3. Damn it!
Fucking idiot.
Christ.
I literally said I was 3.
All right, it's number 2.
Boo!
Wow. Like,
Wow.
not only does he not
suck.
edit his videos, I'm given the shaft. I will never naturally win this.
I mean,
'Cause
yeah, it
keep
is
in
kind of
mind-
amazing that you have not
Keep in
gotten
mind,
a topic
audience,
so
Dillon
far.
had to give up his
did.
turn, and then
I
he got
conceded my
picked
time.
again immediately
Yes.
after. This
This
is
is all
some
true.
bull-
If Nathan was a real based man, he would concede his time as well, but he isn't gonna.
No, don't do that. Then I'm
Can't do
gonna
that for
feel
2
bad.
episodes in a row.
Oh yeah, that's such a fucking crime. Fucking shoot me.
We could do it the next episode if we have to.
We
We
probably
never
will.
have to. We never have to. It's fine. No, really, it's a joke. Edit your videos. Do your turn.
All right, fine. Okay, so I actually have a couple of topics to choose from at this point because I decided to get my shit together and actually start compiling topics for a bit.
You didn't get your shit together that much. You didn't edit the videos.
Okay, I got my shit together a small amount, all right?
A very
Fuck off.
small amount.
All right, anyway, so I wanted to talk about something that's a bit more subjective, so I feel like it'll spark some intriguing conversations. But I am genuinely curious to you guys in particular, and I'll throw my 2 cents in as well. What do you think makes a laugh contagious?
COVID.
What?
COVID.
What?
He said COVID.
You fucking asshole.
I saw the opportunity and I took it.
You sure did. You sure did, bud.
It depends on the context, because for me, laughs aren't contagious. It depends on who's laughing. Like, it's only...
Yeah.
Like, if someone I don't know, like, if I'm walking through Walmart or something and someone's just busting a gut laughing, I'm not gonna start laughing with them.
That's
unless
true.
unless they sound like a donkey while they laugh or something.
Yeah, I think really I only get contagious laughter when people are laughing at my jokes and find me funny because it strokes my ego.
The narcissism makes it even better.
Exactly.
But if you'd have to really put your finger on it for a laugh that you feel like was contagious, or a laugh that you felt way more comfortable with just getting in on because you enjoyed the sound of it so much, what do you think you could define the qualities of that laugh as? Or give examples of people that have contagious laughs. Or if you can describe that.
The only times I've ever thought to compliment someone's laugh is when I'm actively interested in them. And, like, flirting with them.
You know, that is actually an excellent point.
Like, I've never said to any of the homies, it's like, you have a really nice laugh. But almost every woman I've ever known, I've said, you have a nice laugh. Now, 99% of the time, that's true.
It's just... this is just our blatant heterosexuality coming out, but yeah, I would say it's.
We're three straight white dudes. It's with the podcast,
nice.
I mean,
it's nice when a woman laughs. When a guy laughs, it's more like a animal, you know, having a conniption.
I only like a guy laughing if he's laughing at my based ass jokes.
Yeah, like I mean, laughing with the homies is one thing.
Yeah.
Hearing just a random dude laughing is like.
I'm like, shut up.
You know, again, it's like unless it's a donkey laugh, it's more like, you know, I'm just trying to get down the aisle, homie. Can you move your buggy, please?
You see, that's the thing. Homies have the genuine laugh, but you want to hear the woman's laugh because, you know, again, ego stroking.
Not even ego stroking. I just genuinely think like I'm thinking of like my mom's laugh, for example. Like I when my mom laughs. Like, I don't know, it's just like a little fuzzy feeling. When my dad laughs, it's like, oh god, there's a siren going off. You know how dads laugh and they just like echo throughout the entire house, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. My favorite dad laugh has to be the one where it's just they exhale all the air out of their body and then they just use what's left to laugh. Like, I don't know why. That genuinely really gets me when someone does that. It's just that
yeah, when they do the the wheeze.
So yeah, I'm definitely not in the same boat as Dillon. I think that if you're gonna put like the attractive factor in, yeah, it's basically only women. Because I'm gonna say it right now. I mean, you guys heard me laugh, and I've unapologetically never muted when laughing on the podcast. I have a disgusting laugh. Like I laugh like someone dying.
Horrible.
And, you know, and is like half Joker laugh.
Every time I hear my voice, I'm like, how the fuck do people associate with me?
Yeah, like...
actually, like, seriously, I was going to say, I genuinely think that your laugh's contagious, Logan. Like you were one of the people I was going to bring up.
I'll go fuck myself then.
Well, sorry, get a better laugh, dick.
How about you get a better topic, asshole?
Fuck you!
Don't worry, folks, this is just fake arguments. I think.
No, this is real. This is happening for real, audience.
This divorce is happening in real time. No, I genuinely think that your laugh is contagious, Logan. Like, more like whenever you just are laughing really hard, like, you know, like a belly laugh type of deal. I genuinely think that your laughs can be contagious, you know?
Oh, thank you. I do appreciate the compliment. I think that sometimes my laugh could be seen as obnoxious just because I'm loud. Like if I laugh, like I do like a dad laugh, like I almost echo throughout the entire room. And if I do that at school, especially, I think that I can be seen as rude, you know, because I'm like disrupting everyone.
Like really loud laughs in public places. But if you're just like having fun in a place where that's fine, I don't think there's not a problem with it if it's loud. Yeah, so, it's all about the time and the place, you know?
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. If it's a genuine laugh, it doesn't matter where I am. If I'm going to laugh, I'm going to laugh. Because I can't really fake laughter, per se. You know, it's just more like a ha, ha, ha. I can't make myself laugh.
All right, so I am curious if you could give specific examples of people who you think, if not a contagious laugh, at least, you know, a good laugh. One that you think is enjoyable to listen to and you can't find a ton of fault in.
I mean, I always... brings a smile to my face when my parents are laughing at something. Like I said earlier, the homies laughing, that's, you know, obviously they're having a good time.
I don't really pay attention to people's laughs that much, to be honest. Like, I don't really take note on if, like, they have an amusing laugh or whatever.
It's not really the laugh itself. It's more like, who is laughing? Like, at that point, I don't care why they're laughing. Yeah, because, like, I think where I line up with Dillon to a point, like, again, I don't believe exactly the same as him on the topic, but, like, I don't think I really think about the laugh itself unless it's someone I find attractive.
Yeah.
Like, I know how people sound when they laugh. Like, I know how, like, Nathan, for example. I know how Nathan sounds when he laughs, but he's my best friend. I'm around him a lot. Of course I know how he laughs. But I'm not thinking about, man, that's a good laugh. It's like, I'm thinking, hey, Nathan's having a good time. And I still think that if I'm attracted to, like, a woman laughing, or something, but it's more so it's like, I actually pay attention. It's like, yeah, that's actually kind of a cute laugh, like, like Dillon said. So I don't know. I don't know what I consider a good laugh. Like, is like, yeah, now that right there, quality laugh,
Yeah.
A+.
Like, it really is a subjective thing, depending on the person, for a fact. But it is something I was curious on your guys' perspective of it on the end of the day.
I think if, for example, if we're playing a game together, the three of us with our friends, or if it's just us, whatever, if something stupid happens and one of us just starts like trailing into a laugh, like the slow chuckle that leads up into you bursting out, I find that contagious, just because it's the boys being boys, they're just being stupid, stuff like that.
It is fun when you laugh and the other person starts laughing harder to the point where you're both just wheezing. That is a really fun experience. But it's like, I don't know. Again, I don't know if I necessarily would describe it as contagious. And also, like, after the moment's over, I'm not taking note where it's like, oh damn, that was a good laugh, or like that person had a good laugh. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. I mean, I am weird, but in this particular regard.
After the laugh is over, I kind of have a fleeting thought of, man, I wish I was still laughing.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of the fit, you're like, God, that was great.
Yeah, after the laughing ends, then it's like, oh yeah, I still am depressed.
Ah, fuck.
But what do you think, Nathan? What to you makes a laugh contagious?
What makes a laugh contagious to me? I think, like, there's a couple of parts of a laugh that would make it contagious. One is it has a good rhythm to it, I guess. It's a little hard to explain that, but it has, you can tell, like, they laugh in a certain way where it's consistent. Like, it's not like all over the place or, very odd sounding from one inhale of breath to the other. You can tell it's a very consistent, very steady type of laugh. And that could have something to do with just the human brain in general, because we like beats and rhythms and patterns. So that could make it kind of a more appealing thing at the end of the day. Another part of it is probably pitch to it, because if a laugh is too low, it makes it just more monotone and not nearly as high energy. But if it's too high, then it just gets ear grating. So I feel like it's a good even pitch in the middle for it to be an enjoyable sound.
Yeah, you don't.
So
want
probably
cackle.
all boils down to just really a good sound that is enjoyable to actually listen to. And also it has to do with the fact that of what your brain connects a laugh to. It's to joy, it's to comedy, it's the stuff that causes happiness. So the fact that a laugh that sounds really good and one that you can tell that someone is genuinely enjoying their time or found something really funny, it can really bring out the laughter and thoughts of, funny things and just happiness inside you. So it really is a hard thing to explain, but it has to be a laugh that whenever I listen to it, I can tell the person is enjoying their time and having fun, so it kind of makes me feel like that it's cool and okay for me to enjoy and have fun.
So you're saying if it has a good enough beat?
A little. It's a part of it, at least.
That's me with rap music.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess I get what you're saying. It's really, really analytical way to break it down. I don't really... Like, I get the screechy part. Like, if someone's cackling, it's like, damn, bitch, you leave your broom at home?
Damn, bro.
Or someone who has the smoker laugh, kind of like Pete from Disney, Fat Pete. Like, if they have a laugh like that, I'm like, oh my god, are you a walking, like, cigarette dispensary? Like, Jesus, you sound like... It's like you got bronchitis, my guy. He's like...
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's like, like Heidegger's horse laugh in Final Fantasy VII. I don't really think about it like that.
Same.
Not exactly. Unless it's, like, actively annoying. Like, a laugh that would upset anyone. Then I guess it really doesn't get under my skin like that. I don't think too hard about... Again, like I said, unless it's someone unless it's someone I really care about, whether it be in an attracted sense or if it's like, again, like I said, my parents, obviously I love my parents. So hearing them laugh makes me happy. So I don't really think about it like that.
Yeah, I don't really... Okay, well, I was about to make a statement that wasn't exactly true. And in the sense of, it's not... I was about to say I don't really find laughs attractive. I do. I can genuinely see how, you find the laugh of a woman, cute and an attractive feature. But I guess that more, for me, it's for a different kind of person that I have different relationships. I think of their laugh in a different way. Because, like, of course, for you guys, whenever I consider your laughs and how they affect me, I consider them on a basis of, like, almost in an entertainment value type of way, or almost in a sense of, like, okay, is that just a genuinely fun laugh to hear? Then whenever you would switch over to someone that I would find attractive, then I guess I would look more or less into if it was actually attractive or cute or not. But at the end of the day, I still find myself, like, looking to see if I really enjoy someone's laugh. It's kind of a weird little thing with me that I like to sit and think and, like, listen to it and then think about it and think, how do I think about that laugh? It sounds weird. It almost sounds kind of judgy in a way, but it's just something that I find interesting to do, I guess.
That was another thing I was going to bring up, but I kind of got sidetracked because I always do that. Generally, unless it's just super obnoxious and it's distracting me from something, like, I generally don't care to an extent, because who am I to judge someone for having a good time, you know? Even though we literally just spent the last, like, 15 minutes talking about how we are judging people who are having a good time based on their laugh. But for the most part, I would like to think I'm not super judgmental about people with their little ticks, you know? Like, again, I don't like my laugh, so I generally try not to judge other people's laugh. Generally.
I just figured there's a lot
of
better things to judge about someone rather than their laugh.
Yeah.
Like if they're a fucking asshole.
Like, why do they have 12 toes on one foot?
Ah, yes, or do they have an odd number of testicles?
And why aren't they wearing shoes in Walmart?
Where the hell your pants at, bitch? This is a Red Lobster.
You know, we went to lake. Oh shit! Cut that. We went to a lake. We went to the lake one time.
We went to Censor Bleep Lake.
Yeah, we went to the lake one time because, you know, my dad has a boat pontoon, and we were on one of the islands that connected to the mainland, and there was a bathroom nearby. I think Mom went, and I think she took my sister with her or something. She came back and she was upset. And I was like, you know, like, Mom, you all right? You was like, you were happy just a minute ago. What happened in the bathroom? And she's like, it's like people with their two tiny ass bikinis. It's like there was a heavy set woman that was in the bathroom, and she's like, she was wearing a bikini bottom that was meant for, like, a teenager, and she, according to Mom, a butt this wide. And for the audience who can't see me, I'm spread eagling my arms. I feel like that's the main judgy part, is when people are wearing clothes that are clearly not meant to be on them.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
It's
man.
like that entire person's ass is out.
Hey, look, man, they just want to be young again.
Yeah.
More revealing than what you want.
Well, also, it's like, look, I understand, yeah, you should be allowed to wear what you want, but also there comes a point where it's like, wear what you want, but if you're going to be in public, look, you know, decent.
It's like, ma'am, there are children here.
Exactly. There are children
You gotta be
here.
presentable, you know?
And
Like, make
Butt
sure...
cheeks are hanging out.
Like, make sure all your... Like, it's fine if you have the flabs and the handles, because I got them. Just make sure they're in the proper place.
That's the thing, is I'm fat, I'm ugly. I would not walk around at the beach or at the lake in a Speedo. I just wouldn't do it.
So my ass ain't good enough for a Speedo.
Man, Dillon would not last 5 minutes in Jersey. Because there's, like, several nude beaches out
I also
in
wouldn't
Jersey,
last in
and-
Jersey because it's filled with people from Jersey. Fuck that.
I mean, the Jersey driver stereotype is very much true. People cannot drive for shit in Jersey. Granted, they can't drive for shit here, but it's much worse in Jersey. I've seen it firsthand. But if you go to Cape May, it's actually not that bad. Like, there is a nudist beach. Just keep that in mind. So, stay far away from Cape May, Dylan.
We
In fact,
should
just don't go to Jersey.
We should add Jersey to the list of states that should just fall into the ocean, like California and Florida.
Jersey has some cool things about it.
Yeah, like homeless people having sex under piers.
Yeah, but that's a nationwide thing. Yeah, that's the heart of America.
Homeless people having
Detroit,
sex.
Michigan. If we just drop Michigan,
Oh god.
I'm down with that. Ohio, we should drop Ohio, but not Jersey. Jersey's actually got some cool shit, like
Like
went there
Philly
a couple years
cheesesteaks.
I think those
Ah,
are
yes,
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yes,
Hey, look.
Jersey's famous Philadelphia cheesesteak.
They're not that far off.
I mean, no, Pennsylvania and New Jersey, I think, border each other, don't they?
Okay, just because they're close states doesn't mean they're the same though. Like,
No, they're not. That's like saying North Dakota and South Dakota are the same state.
Look, my amount of
They don't
knowledge on
exist at all.
geography and hypothetical physics are about the same, dude.
It's theoretical physics, you fucking
I'm sorry, I
dumbass.
blanked out. I heard physics. What?
Hypothetical
As soon as-
physics isn't a thing. It's theoretical physics.
Hypothetical.
I feel like theoretical and
hypothetically, you're a
hypothetical.
dumbass.
Theoretical and hypothetical are the same thing, yeah, because they're
They're
both
close.
asking, is
Yes,
this
but the-
possible? Probably, but maybe not, but maybe.
But hypothetical and theoretical differ because hypothetical, hypothesis, theoretical, theory. And hypothesis and a theory are two different things.
Would you like
That
to
is
go
true,
in
in a
depth unless
Well-
Nathan has more to talk about with Jersey?
I mean, just the very brief thing is, I can hypothesize if I pour this water out of the bottle, it will go upwards. I could hypothesize that, but, like, the theory of gravity is a theory, to where it's something that can be tried and tested anywhere, different ways, and it always has the same result.
I'm really curious on why gravity is still a theory. Why isn't it a law? Like, is it the law of
That's-
gravity yet?
Because technically, gravity, correct me if I'm wrong, has no physical way of actually showing that it's real. Like, there's no gravitational field we can actually physically see. The only reason gravity is the exception to the theory rule is because you drop something on the ground, gravity sets in. It's just a name for something that causes thing to hit the ground.
Maybe it's
hit the atmosphere.
maybe it's not a law because we're worried as soon as we give it the dignity of being a law, God will just turn the gravity off.
And we're just gonna start floating into space. Shit.
Oxygen has molecules, you know? We can,
Yeah, you can see
see
that if you
oxygen
look close
theoretically. You can't see gravity. To my knowledge, I am like the worst person to be talking about this because I don't even know how pigmentation in skin works or any of that basic like middle school, high school shit in science, but I'm pretty sure that's why.
Chloroplast.
What?
That's a plant thing.
Don't do this to me.
Shut up,
They don't need to know I'm that
boy.
dumb. Don't do this to me.
Hey, I'm not science boy anymore. I'm no longer majoring in science. All right.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
I
here
can
you
see
are talking about
why.
plant science. You're a
I know
botanist.
some. I'm fucking. I hate botany.
Yeah, well, botany probably hates you.
But you are talking
Yeah,
about
fucking
plants,
fat
though.
fucking ass. Anyway,
Plants,
laughs.
weed.
Huh.
I mean,
So, we gonna get.
I'm sure
like,
the audience is laughing at how stupid I am.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. We've gotten off track, but this is like bad. Like, what the fuck's happening anymore?
Look,
I think that neither of these topics were suited to be long.
yeah,
No, I
don't
feel
think
like
they
I
were.
should have brought in a different one.
I mean, I still
mean-
have a topic that we could talk about at a bit more length, but I also don't want it. I don't want to just keep doing my topics. Logan, what's your long topic?
This will be the first time we'll have a third topic in an episode.
I mean, I don't know if I can stretch it out to a long topic given how long we've gone at this point, but
That's
You got
fair.
15 minutes.
I would like to save this one particular topic for an actual when I get it fair and square as a long topic.
That's fair. I mean, if you want, I mean,
That's-
the topic I have, like, it could be longer, or I could probably fit it into the 15-minute time slot.
Go ahead. Fuck it.
Yeah, you talking about your drip?
Yeah, so our dear audience, I very recently made a rather large purchase on Amazon, and when it arrives, I think Friday, my parents may not love me anymore afterwards, but you know what? I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I had the money to do it, and I did it, and we'll see how that happens. So I've been lately watching like a lot of superhero type stuff. Like I've watched Invincible again 2 months ago. I watched the Suicide Squad. I most recently watched the Peacemaker show. All of the things I just brought up, by the way, highly recommend. I got the thought, I'd been kind of thinking about it for a while anyway, just because of like TV shows and games and stuff. I was like, I kind of want to get into cosplay. And I was also like, I just watched Peacemaker, and me and Nathan not too long ago had a pretty in-depth discussion about like what makes like a superhero suit's like design good. I think in the past, since the MCU and stuff, DC's films and shows and things like that, we've reached a pinnacle in designing superhero suits that actually look effective and still look like the comic book character without looking like a cartoon character. So, I spent $200 on Amazon buying clothing and like craft foam and other things like paint and stuff like that, and I'm gonna design a superhero suit from scratch. And I have not told my parents this. I also have not told them that it costs $200. But that's the fun part of life, isn't it?
You might need to lowball that price if they ask when it ships. Like,
I'll
that
no,
might be a good
no,
idea.
It's definitely like I'm gonna say 150, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 100 of it was the shoes, because in reality it was 200 and the shoes were 70.
Wait, can't your mom see your bank account though?
Yeah, but she doesn't check it that often.
All right, well,
Look, I've hidden far worse things that I've bought in this household. I can make excuses for how much this stuff costs. And to be fair,
depends. You probably paid cash for some of those questionable things.
That's true. That's true.
The trail.
That's true. No paper trail on those. But to be fair, like, it'll be fine, and I can justify most of it because a lot of it's just clothing, and they don't know that I'm going to turn said clothing. It's like the base for a costume. But yeah, I bought. What all did I buy? I bought a shirt. I bought pants, shoes, hat, gaiters, and craft foam paint, saran wrap, masking tape, and a heat gun, I think. Which all of that for $200 really isn't that bad.
It's a steal when you think about it.
The majority of it was the shoes, and I needed to do shoes anyway because I have like my pairs of shoes are like 2 years old, so.
Yeah, when Dillon said, like, I bought something questionable and my parents are no longer going to love me, I originally made the guess that he just bought a huge pair of silicone tits. Like, he's not going full sex doll. He's not that rich, but I thought he was
I
going
probably
rack
am that
at least.
rich. Like, here's the thing. Could I afford to buy one twice? Probably not, but I probably could afford a hyper-realistic sex doll. The problem is, I live with my parents. And there's no way I'm looking them in the eye as I drag her into my room.
It really depends on the silicone tits. Like, is it silicone tits as in life size, or are we talking like the mouse pad ones? You know?
No, like full on like
life size,
nefarious purposes.
A
Silicone
pair of
tits. You know what I mean?
That you can fuck.
Well, anything. Yeah, hold on. You can stick it in anything if you try hard enough.
Yeah, doesn't mean it's a good idea though.
I could fill up that USB port.
Don't say that. Oh, why?
I could.
Why would you ruin the perfectly good USB port?
The other thing I've done about this costume I'm making is I also I just own a lot of both training and real weapons, like melee weapons, and I may or may not have gotten a rubber cane tip and put it on the end of a bow staff I have to make it look like a walking stick. So I can, whenever I go like someplace where I'm walking stuff, if I ever have to throw down, it's like boom, I've got more than just a pocket knife on me. Also, speaking of having more than just a pocket knife on me, I looked up the legality of having throwing knives on my person in our state, and I'm good to go. So I'm definitely I have a pack of I have a throwing knife sheath, so I'm definitely gonna incorporate that into the costume.
Nice.
I also have like a very small throwing tomahawk, and I'm considering incorporating that in the costume, but that's gonna be a lot harder to conceal.
Yeah, and if you want the live transcript of Dillon doing this, you can actually find it on one of my streams.
You can.
It was at the time of this recording, it was yesterday, I believe.
Yes.
Session 6 of my Final Fantasy VII live stream.
We also then went down a rabbit hole of obscure Disney XD comedies, like sitcoms.
Dillon showed up around 20 minutes before I was originally going to end, and I went on for like an additional 40 minutes simply because we kept talking about random shit.
It was so funny.
So, so Dillon was, okay, I don't know the seriousness, but he was mostly joking about his parents not loving him after buying the equipment to build a super suit.
But they don't know.
I'm fairly certain if he bought, like, a hyper-realistic life-size sex doll,
I would be homeless.
Definitely would lose a lot of respect for, like, if not all respect.
Look, I'll tell you right now, I would be fucking that sex doll every day, but I would be homeless. It would be underneath an overpass.
You would use her as your little lean-to while you're under the overpass if it rains a little.
Yeah. No, they'll probably react how they always react when I buy dumb, expensive shit, and they just sigh and just say, okay. because they've just kind of learned to pick their battles with me because I'm an idiot.
My mom, whenever I buy stuff that she doesn't really like, she just gives me that look. That kind of like head tilted sideways, eyes just piercing your soul. And I tell her, is like, this is why I bought it. And then she just, okay. And then she just kind of shrugs her shoulders and walks away. And I just sit in there, like, she's so upset right now. And I'm gonna be living a hell for another week until she just gets over it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably the cause of some of those because there's been times when me and Nathan have hung out and then we just decided to go to Walmart and we bought bolt action Nerf sniper rifles. But to be fair, these things
whim.
Just on a whim. But they're like, it is a surprisingly good bolt action for a Nerf gun. Like you could have had that on the grassy knoll back in '63. Those who know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Hearing about you guys buying random stuff like Nerf guns and stuff makes me feel better about my bad spending habits.
Yeah,
because I am currently broke.
Hey, we all have bad spending habits.
We're all very frugal. That is very apparent.
Now, the difference is when I buy things, like, I haven't been broke since I've started working, I have not been broke. I don't think. Even when I stopped working for months at a time, like, I didn't spend my money that much. So it's nice always having at least some money. Because I don't have that much money. But for, like, being a teenager who still lives with his parents, like, I'm saving to maybe go back to college. I don't know. That's a whole nother story, but it's nice to just have money. Like, I can go hang out with my friends and, like, get lunch and never have to worry about, like, is my card gonna decline? Now, it does anyway, but that's because my card's, like, damaged, and I'm like, I know I'm not poor.
Have you ever considered trading out that card? Because that's been an issue so many times when we go out.
Look, I have to get a new one in 3 months anyway. I might as well ride it out for old time's sake, because it's been better here lately.
Yeah, I'm holding on to my debit card till it is ripped out of my hands, because it's still a BB&T card, while BB&T has been bought out by another banking company. So I still have a BB&T card, and they're gonna have to pry it from my cold, dead hands until I get a fucking Truist card.
Why would they take it from you?
I don't know, maybe just make it stop working and be like, yes, take this purple shit, even though I like the color purple more. Fuck them anyway.
I mean, you don't have to return your debit card, Nathan. You just cut it up and throw it in the trash. You can just leave it in your room.
I'll frame it and put it on my wall.
Sure, why not? Isn't your BB&T card like one of those that throw the information on the back?
Are you gonna frame it and put it on the wall next to the art I made you?
Yeah, I'm never throwing that art away. That'll be what you give me in your dying will. Like, I get none of your shit.
No,
except
you don't,
your high school art.
Except the art. Yeah. So for context, chat, I had to take
chat.
God, what audience? Look, I'm used to being on Logan's stream. Look, if you're gonna be in our audience but not be in Logan's chat, are you even a real one? No.
Look,
anyway.
you gotta be versed in the these three fucking assholes cinematic universe.
Exactly. Anyway,
stay tuned for when Dillon starts streaming again.
Never. Back in high school,
you me, we're the same.
Back in high school, I had to take a crafts class, and I didn't like it, and I just made random art I didn't like. So, two notable pieces is I had to make a landscape portrait out of cardboard, and I had to make a self-portrait out of, like, grayscale torn up pieces of paper. So the cardboard one I made, I basically just made a raven on a tree branch, and I didn't color the background though, it's just on white paper, so it's just called Crow in the Snow, even though it's a raven, because raven in the snow doesn't fucking rhyme. And the other one, Nathan's prized piece of his collection, is it is a self-portrait of me, but I'm not good at art, so my head's like kind of longer and skinnier than it should be, so I kind of look like Hugh Neutron.
Yeah, it's such a good piece of art, dude. I love it so much. It was also used to cover up a hole in the wall at my house for so long, and It was perfect.
The only other masterpiece I made in that class that Nathan does not have in this collection is I drew a blobfish with Sharpie on a piece of aluminum foil. Yeah, but, that class was really stupid.
An unfortunate individual now owns that piece and probably threw it away.
Why are they an unfortunate individual? I don't think they threw it away. They definitely have that framed. I'll hit them up later. Like after the podcast, I will hit them up and ask if they have it. And if they don't, I might kill myself.
I thought there was. Wait, am I thinking of someone else?
I mean, the individual was tall.
Posted
and
in
nice.
general.
What'd you say?
I said the individual was tall and nice. That individual.
Oh, okay. I just
Posted in general.
All right.
Stop blue balling the audience like that.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you're breaking the illusion. We should like.
What illusion?
It should be like
We're
a
not
thing where they think
magicians.
we just have mind control and shit, and like know what we're talking about all the time. We don't have Discord channels that we're talking to each other the whole time.
I don't. Yeah, we're right next to each other around the round table. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're on the table.
We should
You
definitely
see
record a pod one day where we're all just like spooning on a couch.
I don't want to spoon any of you guys.
No. I don't want to be spooned, and I am not spooning either of you. Y'all are not nearly fine enough for that.
Hey, look, man, we'll get the table though. We'll buy the Bloomfeld table, and we'll actually record a podcast like that one day. It's gonna be a while, but one day.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite a while.
I mean, we're recording like that right now. That is exactly how we're dealing. It was like the image, perfect. All right, so I think it's about time that we wrap up this shit show of an episode.
No,
Some
I think
good
this was our
discussions.
best work yet.
I swear to God, if this becomes like one of the most popular episodes, whenever we start getting in a groove of, posting and stuff like that. I mean, like we're doing right now. Shit, I'm dating these so bad. Fuck. If this becomes a really popular episode, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I believe in you, audience.
Well, one thing to add before we end. You're gonna be. It is definitely our roughest episode, and I can tell you right now because my little mic issue caused me to stop recording, so they aren't gonna hear me talking about my mute problem.
Oh, so you're back now, though?
I'm back now. Yeah, I fixed it, but Audacity stopped recording.
Fuck!
I don't know why. I guarantee you it's because it was because of my mute issue, though. I'm sure it's
Welcome
fine.
back
So
to
how
the
much
Scuffeld
did you
podcast.
lose?
We're a minute. We lost like a minute. The entire conversation of me explaining my mute button issue, which was nothing of worth anyway, when you tried to wrap up and I interrupted you.
Okay, so it's just gonna be me talking and then all like just stopping for nothing, and everyone's gonna
Just
be so
cut it.
confused.
It's fine.
splice it
It's
together.
fine. Just cut it. There was nothing of value in it. Basically, I talked about how I am not artistic at all, and I gave Nathan a bunch of trash.
He made me a pirate.
I gave him a pirated game. I'm sorry. I don't know why that happened, Nathan.
He made me a pirate.
Arg.
I'm sorry. I'm a dick.
All right. Well, thank you
Yar
everybody
har.
so much for listening. This is what this has been a big old what the fuck.
This was fun.
Best
It was fun
podcast
though.
yet.
Yeah. This is a good one.
Is this the part where we plug ourselves
Yeah. Go ahead.
into the
Fuck
wall? Dylan?
If you want to find an active Twitter account, @Montlerius.
You can find me at Twitter at LoganDuckKid, Kidd. You can also find me at Twitch by the same name.
Yeah. You can find me at Newbie7 on Twitter. That's about the only place I go to, and even if that's pretty rare, but you can find me there.
You can find me living in your walls.
Ayo.
No.
Wait, what?
No.
I like how you agreed with me and then you were like, wait, what did I just agree to?
Wait, what was the terms of service of that shit? What the fuck?
Don't worry about it.
No, don't worry about it.
Anyway, bye.
Have
Bye-bye,
a good
everybody.
night, everybody. Or day. Fuck.